Hello sewing colleagues, I am Mercy Acho from Maryland Royal Garments House, Abuja, Nigeria, in case you are new here, and welcome to my channel. Also welcome to today's tutorial. So on this channel I make tutorials on how to sew beautiful, admirable, amazing and unique outfit that makes you center of attention. I also make tutorials on how to tie simple but unique gele by yourself and for yourself. So you can see that you have a lot to learn in this channel. After constructing your beautiful Ankara outfit, you have your gele to tie by yourself without running helter-skelter looking for a professional to do it for you. This, you will learn here how to do it by yourself, just like this. So today's tutorial will be on how to cut and sew a straight long skirt with a pleated vent at the back, like this. If you want to see how that is done, like you want to see the process, please sit back, relax, with whatever it is that will make you comfortable to watch this video, sort of coffee, juice, whatever it is, water, please do so. Watch and learn. Before I go further, of course, you know I won't forget this important part to say thank you so very much, guys, for the show of love on this channel. Thank you for subscribing. Yes, thank you for making everything humanly possible to make sure this channel progresses. I don't esteem it lightly. No, not at all. Thank you so very much. I really appreciate your effort. And if you are here, yes, you, and you, if you have not yet subscribed to this channel, you have not done well. Please do so. Don't just educate yourself and pass by. Please subscribe. Let's learn together. Let's grow together. Thank you so very much, guys. So let's go to the tutorial at once. So I'm going to begin this tutorial with using my lining. Afterwards, I will be using this lining to cut from the real fabric. I hope that is clear. So we will begin by folding our fabric into two like this, like so, the way you see me doing, like this. Before I go further, I will check the distance, the biggest circumference of the measurement I'm working with, to know if this fabric I folded into two will be enough for me to continue. So the biggest measurement I'm working with is 42. 42 divide by 4, that is the hip, is 42. Divide by 4, we have 10.5. So I'm going to check like so, if I have enough. Like so, this is it, and then our sewing allowance, 2 inches. Okay, so that's enough. I have enough there. So after that, we will begin with our vertical measurement. Vertical measurement here is the length of the measurement. See, skirt length, hip length, knee length, and so on. We are starting with the skirt length. So the skirt length we are working with is 43, and so we have 44 here. It's okay for the hemming allowance we need. And the hip length we are working with is 8.5, but I'm going to take 9 because of sewing allowance. The hip length we are working with is 8.5, but I'm going to take 9. Half inch is for sewing allowance. Then the hip slope is 14, which is from your waist to the end of your hip, like to the very down of your hip is 13.5. I'm going to take 14. You know, we are adding half inch for sewing allowance at the waist. By the time you sew, half inch you'll be taking half inch at the waist side to sew. So you're not supposed to take exactly 13.5, you're going to take 14, adding half inch for your sewing allowance. Then the knee length we are working with is 19.5. Of course, we are taking 20. I hope you can see what I'm doing here. So I'm going to draw to join the lines this way. So what we have here is hip length, hip slope, knee length, and then our full length for the skirt. The next thing we will be doing is to take our dart measurement. So how to get your dart measurement is your bust span divided by 2. So the dart length I'm working with, the dart length is from your waist to where you want your dart to end. So my dart length is, I'm working with 6. That's my dart length. So here is my dart length from the waist to where I want my dart to end. That is what is known as dart length. So mine is 6. Then I'm going to draw a straight line here. So remember, is your bust span measurement you use for your dart measurement. So as usual, I'm going to be marking half inch here and half inch here. So I'm going to connect the dart like so. And I have my dart inserted. So I've inserted my dart here. This is it. And so the hip measurement we are working with is 42 divided by 4. We have 10.5. We have 10.5 plus our 2.5 sewing allowance. Plus 2.5 sewing allowance. So I actually want that much allowance. So in case I add up, I can easily open the skirt up and continue using my outfit. So this 2.5 for your sewing allowance is not fixed. You can make it 1 inch, you can make it 1.5. I just decided to add 2 inches, just like I explained. In case I add up, I can open my skirt up and continue making use of it. So that's the reason for the excess allowance. So the hip slope, I'm not taking any measurement here. You will get to see as we proceed what I will be doing with this hip slope. And then the knee round measurement now is totally optional. It depends on how pencil you want it to be or how free you want it to be. So I want it to be normal, not free, not really pencil. So I'm going to take out 4 inches from my hip measurement. My hip measurement is 42 minus 4. That's to say 42 take away 4. If you take away 4 from 42, whatever remains, use that as your knee round measurement. If you're working with 42 as hip, always minus 4 from your hip measurement. You will have a comfortable outfit or skirt. So 42 minus 4 or take away 4, you will have 38. 38 divide by 4, you have 9.5. 38 divided by 4, you have 9.5. So I'm going to add 2.5. So from this knee length, I'm going to take the same measurement all the way from my knee length down to the length of the skirt. We will take our waist round measurement. Waist round measurement is 33. 33 divided by 4, you have 8.2. 8.2, like this. Remember, there is that here. By the time you sew it, you already have 1 inch out of the way. So add your dart intake 1, then sewing allowance. I'm adding 2 inches at the waist side. I hope that is clear. So here I'm going to mark 5 inches. Before our hip, there is a slope. So your hip does not start from your waist. From your waist, there is a slope before you get your full hip. So you have something like this. So this 5 inches here is a guide for me to know how long the slope is. I hope that is understood. From your waist to your hip, there is a slope in between. So you're not supposed to take your hip, your measurement like so. You're not supposed to take your measurement like so. It's going to be puffing around here. About the hip slope. So the hip slope here is a guide to enable us know how to curve our hip so that the hip does not come like this. Because somewhere there is no hip around. Here the hip slope helps to guide you on how to curve your hip to meet your knee length, like so. Can you see? It guides you on how to cuff your hip to meet your knee length, so you don't cuff it wrongly, like this example here. Can you see? This is our real measurement, and this is our sewing allowance this way. So this is how it looks like. This is the front side. I'm going to cut it out, and then we will go further to cut the back side of the skirt. So I'm cutting it. Watch closely and see the area I'm cutting from. I'm not cutting from here. I'm actually going to cut from this area, the sewing allowance side, like so. So we have our skirt. So we are going to cut the back side right away. So here is how to cut the back side. Remember, we are going to have a vent pleat at the back. So how to get your vent at the back? This is my front, the front side of the skirt. I'm going to place it like so. Place it like the way you see me doing, like this. And then I will check the distance between the middle of between the middle of the front piece to the end of this other side, to see if it will give me 12 inches. So I have 12 inches here. Now this vent depends on how big or small you want it to be. So for me, 12 inches is okay, but it shouldn't be too big, so it will make sense if it's too big, and it won't give you that beauty if it's too big. If the pleat at the back becomes too much, it won't be nice. So 12 inches, 11 inches. If you want it smaller, you reduce the size. So I have 12 here, and then the length of the vent, I'll be working with 23. Then I will mark the 23 here also, from the skirt length to your knee length. Whatever it is, that will be your vent length. I hope that is clear. So from here, I will be marking my zipper allowance. So the zipper allowance at the hip, I'm working with. So this is what we have. I'm going to cut it out. So watch and see how I will cut the back side. So like so. I'll just follow this side, the front. And so we have our our skirts, the front and the back. So this is what we have for the back. So this is it's going to be our vent at the end of the day. So there's one thing I need to do at the front side before I round up with this lining. So the front side, I'm going to drop by 1 inch at this place, like so. From the waist to here, I dropped by 1 inch. So I'm going to use this, my curve ruler, to curve like so, this way. Always remember to do this if it's not a high waist skirt. This is not a high waist skirt, so this, what I'm doing here, is very necessary. If you don't remove this part, by the time you finish sewing and you want to make use of your outfit, your skirt, here will be puffing. You'll be having some fabric bulging around here, and I know you don't want that. So slanting this away will help. When you wear it, it will help flatten the skirt and give you that nice and beautiful look. So that is that. This place is slanted and I'm going to cut it out like so. So I hope that is clear. So right now I'm going to be using the fabric. I will use this to duplicate on the fabric. The fabric I'm using for this skirt is original Cotonou high target Ankara fabric. So let's cut it right away. So you're not adding any allowance on the fabric, because whatever allowance you will need for this to make this skirt is already added on the lining. So this is it. So I'm going to cut the back side right now. So this is what I have left out of 2.5 fabric. So guys, we have come to the end of this tutorial, the cutting part of this skirt. I thought we were going to do the cutting plus sewing part together, as I told you earlier before we began this tutorial, but looking at it right now, if I should do the sewing part together, this video is going to be way too long. So I will be splitting the cutting part and the sewing part to different videos. So I hope you understand with me. That is the situation right now. The video will be way too long if I should combine both activities together, the cutting and the sewing part. Thank you so very much, guys, for watching. As usual, if this tutorial is helpful to you in any way, please let me know in the comment section down below. Don't forget to give us your thumbs up and also subscribe. Share the video with friends as well. Thank you. Till I come your way next time. Bye.